A brief excerpt from the subtype program of people born on April 11th of leap years or April 12th of common years. Information is presented using women as an example and is selectively taken from the Catalogue of Human Population. Until a certain age, this woman lives in the mode of gathering of various experiences based on the principle life teaches. And this age is not 20 or even 30, but rather a time when it is said that a person is going through the so-called midlife crisis. That is sometime between 33 and about 40 years of age. Therefore, this woman's life is clearly divided into two periods. The first one is when she constantly, greedily, without getting tired, absorbs fantastic amounts of information, life experiences on all the factors like a sponge. And the second comes when she is already weathered and well seen. She becomes like Captain Vrungel, a cartoon character from the Soviet times who responded to many questions with, "We know, been there, done that." Up to this point, that is, until she becomes a person of many experiences, she can be compared to an empty container, which must regularly get filled up with something. Like the aforementioned captain, this woman must travel through more than one sea prior to allowing herself to be in the position of a know-it-all. Therefore, this woman will go to many lengths in order to know, to try, to see with her own eyes, to touch, to ferret out and clarify everything possible. Her whole life turns into one continuous experiment. In order to achieve the goal in the form of understanding of some phenomenon or object of the surrounding world, this individual, as if tries each of them on like dresses at a store. First, second, and third, and so on. This is her method for getting an opportunity to construct her opinion, impression about something, in order to say later on, "Oh, I've already come across this, I know this, I've tried this." And in this process she is fearless, tireless, and open to dangerous and plainly ridiculous variants. For example, in order to understand what tortures of hell are, she is ready to descend to hellfire of truly unbearable sufferings. And in order to learn everything about gonorrhea, she is ready to go to all lengths in the sexual factor. Sometimes this seems absurd to an observer, but she is ready to test on herself. For example, what it means to get soaked under cold rain and end up with bronchitis, or why one should not stick to knitting needles into an electrical outlet. However, in spite of everything, absolutely any one of her actions works towards realization of her main goal, which is gathering enough experiences in her saving box. She uses any situation for learning. In this sense, her own life reminds of a river canal into which flow a huge number of small streams, or an apartment of a traveler who traveled all his life and brought home a small memorable thing from every trip. The following mechanism exists as one of the effective ways to become familiar with something new during the period of gathering of experience. When it is necessary for her to do something, the principle of "I want" or "I do not want" turns on. For example, when learning the system of intake of raw foods, she will not have the desire to violate it, while explaining this to herself and to others as, "I like to eat everything raw." This woman really stops wanting, adjusts, subordinates her psychophysiology to that action, which was going to take for the sake of getting the next portion of experience. Thus, lifestyle, behavior, even needs of this woman fully submit to laws of actions of an area learning of which she is engaged in. And at the end of the period of gathering of experience, she becomes a truly unsinkable amphibian, so to speak, who feels like fish in water in any society and any situation. A person about whom it is said that she went through fire, water, copper pipes, and now neither sinks in water nor burns in fire, and can tell a lot about life. The algorithm of gaining experience works in all areas, but it is important to her to find answers to the following questions. What is the true picture of the world? What is the real picture of human relationships and situations? Cumulatively, there is a presence of an attempt to divide society into pieces like a pie, and then sort people, their lives, their situations, and then learn piece by piece. It is as if this person was tasked with compiling a cadastre of people, destinies, which itself would present an attempt to account, classify, catalog, in order to answer questions like who, what is he or she like, and what for exists on Earth. Moreover, one of her functions is the ability to sort out any type of grading of anything and anyone very well. Therefore, this woman is not interested in characters of the same type, and usually she says about such people, well, I have already encountered this type of people. In general, she does not spend any time of her life on studying something that she has already come across before. In order to understand another person's life, ways of existence in the world, motivations, she uses the method which actors use in order to understand characters which they should play. Getting into their image, getting into someone else's skin. This individual uses specifically Stanislavski's acting method in order to understand the great variety of human worlds. It should be noted that this woman is extremely inquisitive and sly in the process of learning of motives that govern both individuals and social groups. She is interested in a variety of questions and, as a result, learns an infinite number of strategies and tactics of people's lives. If you enjoyed the brief overview and would like to get a complete description of this or any other person, you can do so at www.humanpopulationacademy.org.